Greetings, friends, family, and survivors. This is the best part of the cold snow. Normally we're having to go like 10 miles an hour, but a friend has got a grader. I think he's got a 10-foot mow board, maybe 12-foot mow board, and he plows this section of the road, and I'm going almost 25 miles an hour. And that's amazing. It helps us to be able to get home so much faster in the wintertime until this side, getting home from this direction, does close off because it's northern exposure. I'm able to get through it just barely with the Jeep. The truck does okay for another week or so, but then we're going to have to go around the other direction. So we're enjoying it while we can. This is just like a freeway right here. I'm going almost 30, can you believe it? Happy day. Okay, then it gets interesting here. The rest of the roads are not plowed. And we're about halfway home.
Over here.
Trying to get back on the road. Oh yeah.
Stay over here on the Autorama, it's safer.
It just grabbed me and sucked me right in. The next guy that comes through there with two-wheel drive, he's gonna go right where I went, no doubt. Oops. Yeah, we got one more snowstorm and we won't be able to go home this way, which actually is the smooth way.
I don't think
believe it or not.
that much snow out.
Yeah, I gotta drop off this nice little embankment here. We'll waller down through
all the people that missed.
Yeah, other people haven't been able to get up that so good. We should be okay at getting home now. We made it.
Oh, we got the Autorama. Just turn loose the steering wheel, let it take you home.
Yeah, if it was a little
If
icy.
it was concrete, it'd be
better.
Right.
I was so disappointed in Disneyland when I was a kid on the Autorama. My brother just told me, "You're not really driving." I said, "Yes, I am." He said, "Well, let go of the steering wheel." I did, and the car went right around the corner. I was so disappointed. I wish you hadn't told me that. I thought I was driving. Have a blessed day, folks. Greetings, friends, family, and survivors. Well, it's 9 o'clock in the morning, and it finally warmed up to about 4 degrees. Yesterday's high was 18. Guess we got more snow coming. I can see the sun right there. And that's unfortunate because today's the day we need to do an analysis on a piece of property for a friend to see whether it's a good place for them to build a home off-grid and have solar with the amount of trees that they have. So we were going to do it at noon. We're close enough to the solstice that we'd be able to calculate sun angle. So I'll take you along with me and we'll do that. And hopefully we can at least get a bright spot in the sky, enough to see what we need to see. They may have to cut some trees. But yesterday, I realized that the fuel that I brought from the other homestead, I brought 25 gallons of off-road diesel from the other tank, and the diesel fuel from over there is not winterized. I just discovered that yesterday when my diesel engine, I had to take a hairdryer to the fuel filter because it was waxing up on it. So we'll see how it does this morning. Okay, so it's pretty cold out here. It's about 25. You can see the battery system is running. The heater system for the Tesla batteries came on last night. This pump is running. The heating element is working, and it's keeping the batteries above freezing. We're currently at 46.9 degrees and rising, and it's hard to keep flowers alive out here, but we're hanging in there. So I'm gonna have to heat this room again. It drops down below freezing for a couple hours in the middle of the night. I'm We got a 500 watt heater. We'll plug that in and see what we can do. So we're putting 92, almost 93 amps on the batteries. And I think the solar is helping a little bit of that because we're putting 74 amps out through the inverter charger. And that gives 50% of the generator's capacity is passing straight through to the house. Carol's going to be doing laundry this morning. And I wanted to heat that generator up, that generator room up to keep the fuel from gelling. Well, it's an interesting experiment. We've had 18 degree, yesterday's high was 18 and then 19. I think we had one day that it got to 23 for an hour and then it dropped right back down again, and then we're below zero at night. So these old IDIs, I haven't even attempted to start it. So I've got the block heater plugged into the inverter generator for about an hour, just to see if 1 hour, it's a test to see if an hour would make a difference. So if I wanted to plug the block heater in to the main solar system for an hour, would it do any good? Truck will start when it's in the upper teens without much trouble, but when it drops down around zero, it struggles. So that's the way these old IDIs are. So I was taking some of my treated diesel, winterized treated diesel, to put in the shop heater because it was starting to wax up. And this pump filter right there, it's waxed over, and so I can barely get any fuel out of that tank. So it's that cold. We'll see how this goes. I'm running the diesel generator to keep the Carol was doing laundry anyway, but I thought it'd be a good opportunity to heat that generator up and the fuel tank in there. That definitely keeps that one from waxing up because I had to take a hair dryer to the fuel filter on the diesel generator a couple of days ago. Just trying. I had to cycle the glow plugs 5 times, and normally that would be 7 or 8 times. So the block heater did help a little bit, and that was just plugged in for 1 hour, and it did help. So I would think that if I plugged it in for 3 hours, if I had an emergency, if I plugged it in for 3 hours on the main solar system, it probably would start even down at zero. Greetings, friends, family, and survivors. Daryl and I are here looking at a piece of property I believe is off-grid. We're on a Forest Service road, and we're going to have to do some hiking, probably about a half mile. And we're doing a solar analysis. So I'm out here with Daryl, and he says the person we're looking at the property for has lived off-grid in the past. They'll be putting in another home here if they buy this place. And this is what we have for the solar window. This is the solstice tomorrow, and the sun is right there. So I think we're December 21st. Sun's right there. It's solar noon is going to be right about there at 1 o'clock. So it's either mow these trees down and deal with about a 5-hour window. He'll probably be looking at a 3-hour window in the wintertime, and probably only about a 5.5-hour window in the summer, and that's not good. However, that lot next door has no trees on it, and if he buys the lot next door, he's got all of the solar power that he needs. That's kind of what we're looking at. So we're gonna go up and check out the house. Daryl and I just took a walk to the back of the property where we can get above some of these trees. And it's a catch-22. If you want a greater, wider window, you need to be forward and cut a lot of trees down. Or put an array back there and deal with a narrower window, but no shading at all. And so my recommendation is going to be a 3,000 watt system over in the corner and a 20 kilowatt battery bank to give them 3 days autonomy and a super efficient home where they're not using any kind of resistive heating at all. And so I'm thinking that size system, if you had it installed, I think it's probably going to be over 30,000. If they did it themselves, I think at today's prices with solar coming down and lithium batteries coming down, you probably could do it for 25, I'm guessing. And then that doesn't include the generator, a good generator. So you have to weigh that against buying the other lot or seeing what it takes to hook up to the grid, because I think there's a ranch behind this view right here that is on grid, and I don't know how far away it would be, but that might be better. So Daryl lives off grid, and how many watts of solar do you have?
200.
200, and how many golf cart batteries do you have?
4.
4, so he's doing fine.
We don't have anything extra, run generator to do laundry. My wife's home with a Jenny running right now doing laundry.
Right.
And this time of year got a real narrow window anyway, so we've got to charge the batteries so it doesn't cost any extra to do the laundry.
Yeah, good point. Good point. So this is for, Lot is actually considering for his brother who has lived off grid before, and they know what they're getting into and what realistic expectations. And so we'll get a report back to him and we'll let you know how it goes. Have a blessed day.